Everyone from the Princeton Review to Condé Nast Traveler regularly ranks Rollins as one of America's most beautiful college campuses. Zoom in, though. Take, for example, our conference-style learning environment. Consider the dozens of high-end laboratories and collaborative workshops. Drop in on the professional performance venues where our student artists hone their crafts. Stroll by the courts and playing fields where our student athletes develop lifelong leadership skills. Take a closer look at Rollins, and you'll realize
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams, discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Welcome to the University of Tampa. My name is Victoria and I'm a junior studying communications. Today we're going to be visiting some of my favorite off-campus spots that make the Tampa Bay area special. A short walk across the bridge from campus, you'll find Curtis Hickson Park. Located in downtown Tampa, it serves as a popular spot for concerts and festivals. Next door is the Tampa Museum of Art and Glaser Children's Museum. In addition, check out Tampa's Riverwalk, a downtown biking and walking trail that links 5 museums and 7 parks. Just a couple of blocks away is the historic Tampa Theater, a restored movie theater from the 1920s. Tampa's downtown business district, with 18 skyscrapers, is a great place for internships. From here, catch a trolley over to Ybor City, Tampa's historic cigar-making district. Along with lots of restaurants and music venues, Ybor offers a movie theater, museums, shops, and an active nightlife scene. In the mood for some shopping? Take a stroll through Hyde Park Village, an outdoor shopping district with high-end shops and restaurants. For a more traditional experience, International Plaza and West Shore Plaza are both within 4 miles of campus. All shopped out? Nearby you'll find beautiful Bayshore Boulevard, home to the world's longest continuous sidewalk. This 4.5-mile path is ideal for walking, running, or biking. And keep an eye out for dolphins and stingrays in the bay. Any hockey fans out there? The Amalie Arena is home of the Tampa Bay Lightning. In addition, the arena hosts over 150 concerts and events each year. If football's more your speed, come see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Raymond James Stadium. Just across the street is the spring training facility for the New York Yankees. Catch a game when they're in town. You can get close up to nature at Tampa's Lowry Park Zoo. Enjoy the tropical setting while viewing more than 1,200 animals ranging from tigers to chimpanzees and to manatees. Be sure to also check out the Florida Aquarium, an award-winning facility with 20,000 fish and aquatic animals from ecosystems around the world. If you're a thrill seeker, then Busch Gardens has you covered. This popular amusement park features 5 top-rated roller coasters and animal exhibits. We've saved the best for last. The Tampa Bay area is some of the most beautiful white sand beaches in the world. Clearwater Beach provides the perfect spot to swim, relax, and hang out with friends. Here we are, back at the absolute best spot in town, UT's campus. I hope you enjoyed getting a taste of what makes this area so exciting and that you'll soon join us here in the beautiful Tampa Bay area.
So get this, we're up 9-4, right? Yeah.
So welcome to Tampa Spartans Soccer.
Good evening, fans, and welcome
Rollins
to
visiting today. Tampa Spartans versus the Rollins Tars here at Pepin Stadium. Both teams with 3 wins on the season so far, so it's going to be an interesting match. Crucial match for the season. As you see the teams walking out now, let's go run over the lineups for you. We'll start with the Rollins Tars. Logan Lasky, Anton Byland, William Centeno, Daniel Field, Tyler Nagy, Danny Senior, Dominic Adamako, Christian Adams, Yari Palm, and in goal, Maximilian Obermeyer, the freshman from Munich. For the Tampa Spartans, we got Jake Richards, Albert Morales, Adrian Constantine, Julius Becker, Omar Tali, Mike Sheshel, Roger Smith, Marcus Manini, Tim Kraft, Ezric Nichols, Alec Schultze Geistovel, rounding up the lineup. 2 Germans at the end of the lineup.
Versus Cancer has worked with hundreds of student athletes in an effort to raise money to combat
Versus Spartans coming off a fine outing, 3-1 defeat of St. Leo behind Roche Smith, Omar Tale, Jake Richards, as I mentioned. And this has a lot of playoff implications on the line here at the SSC. It should be a dandy.
Yeah, big matchup for the conference, really. Both teams with 3 wins on the season. Rollins 3-2-2. Tampa 3-4-1, just in conference play, of course. We'll have the Spartans in black and red, and Rollins in yellow and royal blue.
Diagnosed with a cancer explained to
today, of course, special game. Stand up to cancer game. So
that wouldn't go away.
Special occasion for everyone here. We had, of course, the breast cancer awareness game on Wednesday.
Yeah, and currently our co-broadcaster Jack Ike on the field with his daughter Devin, getting recognized. She's a cancer survivor, and she is a true inspiration to everybody out there.
For UT soccer, basketball, and baseball.
Great for the University of Tampa to take a moment here before the game.
She is now 4 years cancer-free.
4 years cancer-free. Good for Devin Ike.
Yeah, Devin's a wonderful kid too. She had a good chat with her before the game as well, just talking about the health of my fiance who's been a little sick, so it was,
absolutely.
For sure, well.
Very supportive about that too. So it's,
yes, of course.
Help fight pediatric cancer.
Yeah, pediatric cancer obviously a big issue.
Go Spartans.
Don't think anyone's against the against fighting for pediatric cancer. So that's a big occasion here tonight, and that's what the it's going to be some fundraisers and stuff at halftime. So if you can make it down, come join us. It's actually a pretty nice night. There's a nice little breeze, and it's cooled off from the heat of the day.
Definitely our game time weather, 82 degrees. 9 mile per hour winds from the southwest.
Logan Lasky. A defender, freshman from Valley, Sweden. Number 3.
All-time series, the Spartans have the 27-17-2 edge. However, the Tars won the last outing 1-0.
William Centeneo. A defender.
And the Tars are 6-3-1 against the Spartans in their last 10 appearances.
Daniel Field.
Yeah, Tars have definitely had the edge lately.
A midfielder.
But it's hard to tell this one. This one's going to be a tough one. I think the Tars,
Number 8.
Both teams coming in with some good form. Tars, the 2-game winning streak. They won 3-2 away last week. And then they're coming in fresh. Sorry, they're 3-2 away from home, but they're coming in off a 2-1 win over Florida Tech. So got a strong away record. But last week, 3-1 win over St. Leo for the Spartans in their last game, I should say midweek. So that was their second biggest win of the season. Spartans tend to score in multiples. When they score one, they're usually going to score another. So.
Well said. And the Spartans behind Jake Richards, 55 saves. That's second in the conference. They really thrive when he's grooving in the box. And he's one of those orchestrators out there. Vocally, he's the one directing traffic and getting these younger players where they need to be on the field.
Yeah, he averages a 75% save percentage through his whole career, which is pretty astounding. If you're over 66, if you're making over a third of these saves, you're doing well. So definitely been doing well. But a big day for soccer in Tampa Bay because we have the Tampa Bay Rowdies competing in the USL quarterfinals against Louisville City, the defending champions. Big year for Louisville as well. They've got their new stadium coming next year, so they'll be looking to build momentum with another championship into that. So the Rowdies hoping to spoil that tonight. So we'll keep an eye on that game. We'll keep you updated.
Officials for tonight's game. Lead official Jonathan Belinsky. He's assisted by Josef Patko and Ian Anderson.
Yeah, Jonathan been used in USL games this season, so he's a very capable referee. He's refereed at PRO level, so it's a strong referee, and they've got a good crew tonight. Joseph Butko as well is a really great assistant, so it's a good crew to have on board for this one. There's a lot of good soccer in this part of the world, so there's always a fight for good referees, because there's always a big game somewhere. And so getting a guy like Jonathan to referee this one's a good thing.
And of course, the Tars coming off that overtime thriller against Florida Tech, pulling off the upset. They're going to try to use that momentum, I think, early here at Pepin Stadium. See if the Spartans, behind a decent crowd here tonight, can use that energy to their advantage.
Defender, a sophomore from Tampa, Florida, Edric Nichols.
It's gone through the team announcement now, but you see the kids there from Tampa Bay United on the field with the players. But yeah, should be a good one tonight. I think we're getting to that business end of the season. Both teams need a win and need the results, so we're going to see that happening now. Important match. Whoever wins this is really in the box seat to make the playoffs the rest of the way. So, important match, but we're going to break for the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please rise, remove your caps, and direct your attention to the field for the presentation of our nation's colors. Joining us this evening is the Brandon Cadet Squadron from Civil Air Patrol. We would like to remind you to remain standing at attention until the colors have been retired. Performing tonight's national anthem, please welcome UT first year student, Mary Grace Epps.
Welcome back to Pepin Stadium. Beautiful rendition
Ladies and
for our
gentlemen,
national anthem
please
by
remain standing
freshman
for a
Mary
moment of
Grace
silence
Epps.
for those who have passed away from cancer. Thank you.
And we are
Tonight's
moments
officials
away
are
from
referee
kickoff.
Jonathan Belinsky and assistant referees Joseph Batko and Ian Anderson.
Well, we have a moment. Let's take a look at the Sunshine State standings. The Fighting Knights of Lynn currently undefeated on the year, 10-0-1 and 6-0-1 in conference play. Florida Tech suffered their first loss of the season last game against the Tars. They come in second, PBA third, and Tars tied with the Sailfish at the moment. Then the Nova Southeastern Sharks, Florida Southern Moccasins, and the Tampa Spartans currently seventh. So a lot can swing here, as we mentioned.
Yeah, I mean, it shows how tight it is. You know, you've got third through to seventh, all have 3 wins. Well, sorry, Tampa, Florida Southern are 2-2 and 4 in SSC, but Tampa with 3-4 and 1 just lost too many games, and they need to turn that around and start getting some more wins. And so if they can beat Rollins here, they'd go into a better spot and looking good for the playoffs. But a loss here would make it a tricky path to the playoffs, so, or to the conference tournament. So lots to do, but still, 7th, you want to lift. You want to get better and get a better spot for that SSC quarterfinal.
Spartans finished their season hosting Florida National and Florida Tech before traveling to Jackson, Tennessee to take on Union. Here we go at Pepin Stadium. Ready to kick things off, Omar Tale for UT. And a flurry of more fans entering the stadium as it is 7:07 here. Tale's ready. Belinsky's ready.
Just waiting for the referee to get the all clear here. The assistant just checking the goal on the scoreboard side, the baseball field side of the stadium, which is Tampa's goal. Tampa will be in the all black. They'll be attacking left to right, the old San Antonio FC kit, actually. And then Tampa and Rollins in the yellow and blue. They'll be going right to left on your screen.
Jake Richards against Maximilian Obermeyer. Let's do it. Tale kicks to Constantine. Deflection.
Yeah, high press early here from Tyler Nagy.
Side-to-side action. Booted down the left wing to Roger Smith.
It'll be interesting to see if the pace stays up, how long the pace can stay up for between these two teams. You know, Rollins making it clear pretty early that they want to press. Here, got to get that header right with Georgios Kolonaitis looming there.
Kolonaitis, only a freshman from Athens, one of the key catalysts on the Star attack.
Yeah, 5 goals this season, which is a pretty good return for a freshman. Good work there from Tim Kraft.
First opportunity looming for the Spartans, and they will have a corner kick.
Yeah, Tali did well to earn that corner, working hard.
Rowdy's United Futures program in attendance this evening. They will be performing a halftime inter-squad scrimmage. We thank you for your support at tonight's game.
You see in the background, continuing the cancer theme, all the city lights up in pink for the month of October, cancer awareness. The cross comes in. A little too close to the keeper, but he did well to punch that away. Good opportunity here for the Spartans. Just a little flat-footed on that occasion.
Got the look they wanted, threatening deep into our territory.
I believe that was Alex Schulze-Geistelwald up front for the corner. You know, you bring your tall defenders up for corners, and he was in the right spot. Interesting to see the goalkeeper taking the goal kick right in the middle of the box there. When I was a goalkeeper, I was always taught, no, you've got to take it to a side. What if you miss kick it? So, but that was the thing that I did because I was bad. So.
The deadliest childhood cancer.
Obermeyer, obviously a good keeper, so can get
of course.
You know, Obermeyer came out of Max Planck, which is a phenomenal program over there in Germany. He came from the Munich, as we would say in English, the Munich part of that school, academy, however you want to.
Very well established.
But they're a great program. A lot of great Germans have come through that program. Very confident first touch too. This some risky stuff from Rollins, but they're still confident about it, and it worked out. Able to get the ball clear all the way back to Morales.
We are 3 minutes in to the opening period. These teams getting a feel for one another.
Tampa on top early, but been plenty of possession for Rollins down here in their end of the field. So there'll be plenty of end-to-end action, I think, today. Good cross in, but just a little too deep.
Becker with it. Spinning.
Colonitis working hard to try and use his strength, but in the end, all that Rollins can do is force a deflection there off of Danny Sr. Should be noted that Danny Sr. is a freshman.
Spartans operating quickly. Maybe a little too quickly there.
Yeah, you can't be giving up throw-ins like that. You know, you have a chance to set something up, and you don't. And then a little cheeky move there from Julius Becker, making sure the ball's taken back to where the foul took place. Yeah, these kind of plays, honestly. They're probably going to kick it backwards anyway, which they did, so it really doesn't matter. But you know, you've got to get in your opponent's head a little bit. Bad ball there. Hands it over to Adrian Constantine, captaining the side.
Navigating downfield, turning it over, it's Ezra Nichols.
Yeah, good defense there from Constantine. Really forced the turnover because he played it into the Rollins players.
Constantine and Nasello on the women's team, they do such a terrific job every game of being that attacking presence on the field, not afraid to go at the opposing team's best player and challenge them.
Yeah, what we see both of those players do is play a vital role in transitioning defense to attack, and we saw it there from Constantine, and even recovering from the attack to the defense.
We have some life from the Tampa Rowdies United Pitchers team over here on our right side. They'll be performing at halftime.
Yeah, you get to see that on the broadcast, perhaps. Some beginnings and ends of that. The Rowdies and Louisville City should have kicked off by now over there in Kentucky.
Of course, your Houston Astros, Game 4 tonight. Should be a good one. They're coming off a victory last night.
Yeah, surprisingly bad start for the Astros, but we'll see. I gave up on them several times when they won the World Series in 2017. So
that's baseball. I mean, it is. If you even look back at the University of Tampa baseball season last year, was anything but smooth. Let's put it that way. Getting swept at home. And a lot of bumps and bruises along the way, but just finding a way, time in and time out, as we have a whistle here.
And just talking to, it's early in the game. You don't want, if you can manage the game without pulling a card early, that's good. But, I'm sure Tully will be on notice now. If he does another challenge like that, we'll see a card issued. So it's a long way to go. some arms there from Mike Schessel. Got away with that a little bit.
Speaking of Schessel, we played 5.5 minutes. He has the lone shot of the game, came courtesy of the Tolly corner. And those 9-mile-an-hour winds over here, they're interfering heavily. Free kick for the Spartans. Let's see what they can do. Marcus Minetti lining it up. Minetti eyeing his options. Low liner. Good ball for Becker.
Yeah, Rollins just weren't ready for that ball to go up the line for Becker, so good chance here for Tampa.
Constantine chips it forward. Spartans let it roll out of play. Throw in coming forward.
Yeah, right move there from Rollins. Get the head on it. You can't take the chance that it's going to play through, and so we have a throw for Tampa in an attacking position. We'll see if they play the long throw. Of course,
the 6'1" Kraft launches one into the box. Up for grabs.
Good throw to get that right in the box. It becomes virtually a corner. Oh, there's a perfect through ball. Maybe a little heavy. Jake Richards in two minds, but did enough to get on the end of it. I would have liked to have seen Richards be a little more aggressive on that and go for it. You can head it, you can kick it. Not always confident with his feet, but all you got to do is get your body in the way and get it away from the player and have your defense work. Great play there for Rollins to see that and spring it quickly. With everybody in their own half, there's no risk of offside.
Give and go action, working it across the field now.
Good opportunity here left.
Fancy footwork from Smith.
And just a little too quick for his own good, really. Kind of played his support out of it. The pass was there, but because Smith was so much quicker than the player he would have passed to, it made little sense to play the pass. Of course, I'd be remiss to not mention the happening in the Premier League today. Christian Pulisic, the American out of Hershey, Pennsylvania, getting a hat-trick for Chelsea, his first Premier League goals. Of course, had a lot of success in the Bundesliga, so it's not surprising that he's good. But
that's a milestone right there, however.
A hat-trick is pretty impressive, even though there were two of them the day before for Leicester, who won 9-0, Premier League record. But Pulisic getting that hat-trick to break through and really get his Chelsea career off to a perfect start. So it'll be hard for Lampard to leave him out now.
Approaching 35-30 left in the first half. Spartans take a shot down the left wing. Keeping it in play is Smith. And earning the corner kick.
Yeah, red decision there from the referee. There was a call from the crowd, I think, looking for a foul, but there was nothing in that. It was all ball. But when you get that, you've either got to play the foul or go all ball. Playing it short, which I'm not often a fan of. We'll see how this plays out. Very nearly an own goal.
My, oh my.
Attempted clearance. Now, short plays can work if you can take them by surprise. Some nice work there from Julius Becker. Up the line, low ball in. But well defended from Rollins. Silly foul from Schulze Geisterveld.
Two quality looks by the Spartans.
Yeah, they could have converted one of those. So he's very surprised with the corner. Nearly an own goal coming off there. But in the end, Rollins get away with it. Nice little cheeky foul there from Schulze Geisterveld. I don't know if that was, I don't know, in that situation, I don't know if it was needed. You had all the pressure and now you've handed it straight back to Rollins. So could have kept going, but I can see the concern with too many men forwards. Try and break up play. Fairly professional foul.
And we discussed how talented Obermeyer, but he is only a freshman, so some of that inexperience may be coming into play. However, he was challenged. Let's see what the Spartans can do following the turnover, looking to flip sides.
Yeah, despite his inexperience, though, 38 saves, 4-4-2 record. That's a pretty solid start to your college career. I think anyone would take that in their first.
Bright future ahead for Rollins, no doubt about
10
that.
10 games, start all of them. They've got a fairly young lineup. Their longest-serving goalkeeper is a sophomore. But because of Obermeyer being a freshman, he is wearing an odd number for a goalkeeper, number 35. Normally you wear 1, although in America sometimes 0 or a double 0 like we see in Jake Richards. Just, very physical, only occasionally crossing the line. The referee's done a good job showing that experience of refereeing the professional games across the bay in St. Petersburg. Rollins, I think, doing the right thing here, trying to just slow the game down a little bit. The speed was definitely playing into Tampa's hands. You know, in soccer, speed kills, so Tampa has that in spades, especially with Roger Smith.
Tars have been kept in check offensively, still yet to take a shot as the Spartans send one downfield.
Yeah, called for offside, even though Tars got the ball and cleared it. The clearance was kind of forced by the offside player, and it wasn't a good clearance. So you make the decision, you play the offside. It's the right call, even despite the Tars being able to do what needed to be done to get rid of it. So the ball boy crew doing a good job today. The ball person crew. I don't know who's running the balls today, but very on top of it, getting 3 balls on the field there. It's good to see. We like the game getting moved on. So you always want to see the ball in play as often as you can.
Here come the Tars, threatening. However, the Spartans get back in transition.
Oh, unfortunate for the Tars. There's just the slightest of touches. I think that was, I believe that was from Claviniadis. Getting a very slight touch, which has kept possession with Tampa. Perhaps a little fortunate there, Tampa, to keep possession, but then a bad throw. Maybe a little charitable. Thought it was unlucky, so gave the ball back. Not a great touch there. Makes it hard for Obermeyer. Oberhausen is, of course, a club in Germany, not a player from Germany. Oh, tried for the nutmeg. Didn't really come off there, but I gotta always a fan of a nutty. So good work from Tali. Tali working hard on the ground. Foul's going to come, and he is going to pay it there. For the Tampa Spartans, just a little too much on the ground from Yuri Pum. Just kind of leaning on the player. Not much in it, but just he was leaning on the player, which prevented Tampa player from playing the ball. He's already had a yellow card this year, has Yuri Pum. The German out of Munster. Another German freshman. They got a few of them on this team, actually. From that part of the world.
Expect the Spartans to look for the quick hitter here. 1-2. Tale lining it up. 2-man wall presented by Rollins.
We've got a lot of tall players in the box here for the Spartans, so they're definitely going to be looking for a header. Big opportunity here, half an hour to go.
Tale chips one. And right there with the clear, and we'll make it a throw-in for Tale.
Yeah, just not enough on that, just couldn't get it over the wall.
He'll defer to the taller teammate here. Getting a look will be Schultz Geisel. Yes.
Sent in the throw last time that was virtually a corner, so I think it's the right call.
Here we go. On its way. Spartans.
We saw Smith there coming in for the shot off of the deflection, but just couldn't get enough accuracy on it. Probably had time to take a touch, but it's hard in the box when it's crowded to make those decisions. Good ball
Tars
back.
get the stop. And now
yeah, good work there from Tim Croft.
Rollins looking for their first shot of the evening. Take it there.
And it is a corner. I thought there was a deflection on
predicted the score to be 3-1 tonight in favor of the Spartans.
Well, Colonitis, we mentioned how prolific he can be, not afraid from downtown, taking a shot, and he sailed it just high.
Yeah, 29th shot of the season, so he's not afraid to shoot. I don't think that was a good look, but good defense from the Spartans to force the corner. Just a heavy touch.
Floats one backside.
Ball's gone out.
Offsides is the call.
I'm not sure if it was for offside or if he's calling it a goal kick. I think the ball looped out on an attempted header across, is my understanding. I'm just trying to see what the referee finally signals. Yeah, no, goal kick.
Bang, bang play on top of it. The corner kick was taken by William Centeno. So both sides getting going slightly offensively, and these defenses have been tested.
Yeah, Centeno's one to watch. He's had two assists already this year. He's been heavily involved. Last year only played 1. This year he's played in 11. So big uptick. That's what happens when you replace a senior. You're going to play a lot more. Well broken up there by the Spartans to make the Tars have to throw it in. I say that's been the one weak area for both teams has been the throw-ins. They've both been pretty bad at throwing the ball in, and it's just been handed straight over to the opposition almost every time.
Definitely, both sides, I'm sure, would like a little bit more in terms of sustainability off these throw-ins, as, like you said, they're just turning it over at will at this stage.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a team in possession, you're not afraid to kick it out because they're not going to. Your opponents aren't going to make much of an effort about it anyway. You have to have a shot on target, so keepers haven't had much work to do. Although we did see Obermeyer having to make a punch earlier in the game. Under a little bit of pressure. Oh, a bad ball there. Well taken from the Spartans on that far side. But then attempted nutmeg. Really unnecessary to go for a nutmeg there. He had the player open and could go around. But the Spartans, oh, unfortunate. Just lost possession. Right as I was about to compliment.
Hey, Spartans fans.
And it had been such a clean game up until then. Sloppy turnover that time. Let's see if they can pick it up defensively in transition. On ball defense.
And just another example, the ball's given straight to Tampa. Luckily for the Tars, Spartans headed out, but just these throws of just, like, one, players aren't making themselves available. Like we see here, if we watch this throw, just almost everybody is stationary. And finally we see some movement, and they play it to the open player instead of throwing it to a player who's contested. So a throw-in is just, like, it's a fairly meaningless point in a game, but it's an easy place to build something up, and so you throw it to the uncontested player. You don't put it in a contest. Yep, just out. Nice try from Kolianatis, but couldn't keep it in. It's going to be a throw for the Spartans. So see this one, but then again, as we see here, there's just yellow shirts everywhere. No one really offering clear space, and then he's going to throw it to the contest instead of throwing it to the player right beside him in Manini, who was wide open. It's just a needless contest that gives possession to the Tars.
And you keyed in on a good point. Neither of these offenses able to create separation. These defenders are everywhere, and they're taking chances, and they're cutting out these passing lanes.
A beautiful turn there from Roger Smith that's created this opportunity. He's had 3 men on him. Does the sudden stop. That's an ankle breaker. Smith has to get back on side. Now he's got space for the cross. He's drawn 3 men with him, gets the cross in, and then just Sheshel gets under the ball, a little off balance, and so that leads to the shot high and wide.
Tried the fade away, and I think in that situation you want to collect it first and then reload.
Yeah, he had the space, and the ball was maybe ever so slightly behind him, but even so, you know, you got to recognize when you're off balance, take that touch so you can get your balance back. It's not a bad effort, but just a little off balance. But still early days. We're only 20 minutes into the match now.
Fabulous work by Roger Smith nonetheless, creating that opportunity, splitting defenders, dropping dimes, and put it right on the money for Sheshel.
Yeah, I think what we're going to see is Smith's presence will draw players left, which will allow the Spartans to play it to space on the right. As much as Smith's dangerous, sometimes being a dangerous player means that you don't see as much of the ball. You just make them think you're going to see it. And so Smith provided that there. And we saw 3 players on him, which created the space for Sheshel to have that effort. They'll probably count that as his first save of the match, but perhaps a little generous. But it did come off. It was intended to be a shot, so first save of the match there for Obermeyer. Good ball in. There's going to be an appeal for a penalty. Referee right on it. Shakes his hand, says no. I think it's a fair call.
I agree with the no call there.
Yeah, both players running. It's one thing if the player sticks out a boot or there's a clip, but in that case, I think both players earnestly going for the ball. Referee has a better view of it than I do, obviously, so I'm going to side with the ref on that one.
What it ultimately comes down to is the game flow. It's been one of those grudge matches where there haven't been a ton of whistles, so keeping it consistent there. As play continues, under 23 minutes to go, 0-0.
Yeah, that's what I like from Belinsky. Like he does that at any level, and so it's good to see that continuing. And college, obviously, not the same level as professional soccer, and so it's easy to call up little fouls at a lower level, and he doesn't do that here. Doesn't when he needs to, but in that case, I don't think there was anything there. He was running in front of him and maybe tripped on himself, honestly. And foul's going to go to Tampa, and then trouble here. Danny Senior getting his hands out. He's going for his back pocket, which is a red card. Yes, it is.
Wow.
Yeah, you can't make contact with the player's face. Absolutely silly. Very silly from Danny Senior. Silly, needless red card. You do not make contact with somebody's face. And Danny Senior, punished for it. Red card. As soon as I saw him going for his back pocket, I knew that's what was going to happen.
How the game has changed at the 22:10 mark. The crowd has come to life.
Yeah, Danny Senior too. I believe that is his first card in his collegiate career.
A red card has been assessed to Rollins College's number 12.
Absolutely unnecessary. He goes down with his hand. I think he's trying to make an argument like, oh no, he was just putting his hand down, but he knew the player was there, and he moved it to the player's face. Just a silly. And if a friend of mine managed in the A-League in Australia, and he always said, look, if you're going to get a red card, make it worth it. And, just absolutely ridiculous way to get sent off. You just do not make, I've said it 7 times, I think, but you do not make contact with the player's face.
You just don't do it.
You're just asking to get sent off. Don't get the referee a decision. And Danny's staying by the bench, but he does have to, under the regulations, he has to actually leave the field of play completely. So,
and it's so relatable. In football, it's targeting. It's those little things you just can't do it, and like you said, you just can't because it's player safety. It comes down to it, and you can't do it.
It's just a silly thing. Like there was no need for it. The foul was called. You just get on with it. But, referee now is going to tell Danny Senior that he has to actually leave. And the coach is coming over too. I'll be honest, there's no way he could see anything from that side of the field. This might just be one of those arguing to have an argument. Oh, and the assistant is actually going to have a chat with the referee. New rule under FIFA, coaches get cards, although that's always been the case in college soccer. I do not believe, I was looking at the sheet earlier, they've got an assistant that's had a yellow, but there's been no cards issued to the coaches. Of course, clock stops because it is a red card, so red card's an automatic stop of the clock. Yeah, it looks like this is going to be managed the right way, I think. Just have a word from the assistant, and so referees, issued that advice to the assistant, explained what happened. And I think, honestly, the coach didn't see what happens, and so he's just saying, look, why is my player got a red card? That didn't look like that bad a challenge. But, of course, he didn't see. He didn't, it was right in front of us. We had an advantage, and it was right in front of the referee, which makes it an even sillier red card. It's one thing to do that when the referee's not looking. When the referee's looking right at the play, it's real silly. So, I don't think there's any aggro there from the coach, and he seems to, he's obviously not happy, but he has seemed to have stopped the argument. If you've made contact with the player's face, you really...
So a lot of moving pieces here at Pepin Stadium, but Jonathan Belinsky, head official, does a fabulous job piecing it all together, and we're ready to resume play. Here we go, Minetti.
Yeah, benefit of college soccer, you can stop and take that time, and I think that was the right decision from the assistant to notify the referee, and from the referee to then take the time to explain the decision to the assistant, so the assistant could explain it to the referee, to the coach. And it's also good that he didn't go do it. He explained it to the assistant to explain, because the assistant's the one that's going to be standing there all day, and is going to have to take that abuse. And so having the assistant referee be the one that's the messenger and is able to communicate, that's what you want to see. So, and good refereeing. Obviously, if you're a Rollins fan, you're frustrated with the decision, and I understand that. But
and now a lot of drama here at Pepin Stadium following the departure of Senior. Curious to see how the Tars respond. Do they live up to the call and they bounce back in a big way, or do they maybe fall asleep and come lackadaisical? Let's see. Spartans have numbers.
Yeah, it can be easy when you're the team a man up, too. It stays on side. Good work there from Mike Shechel to stay on side. But yeah, it can be easy when you have that man advantage to, let off. I think I've seen plenty of teams do it. I've seen my own Central Coast Mariners do it plenty of times. So I know what it's like. I know it's easy to switch off. And I think it's going to energize the Tars as well. We see here, as we see Kolianitis, making an effort. Yeah,
looking for the bicycle. Nothing doing.
Acrobatic stuff there. He's capable of it, but just a little too ambitious. And I think when you're a man down, maybe just stick with the diving header. But and it would have been a hard stop too if he put a diving header on that. Oof, those you hate those as a keeper. Note on Danny Senior, that was his first start, so a disappointing end to his first start as a collegiate player.
A little tussle there between Constantine and Adams.
I got to be honest there. I think that's a harsh call on Rollins there because there was a nudge in the back from the Spartans. So I can understand being aggrieved. And I am getting concerned now. Yeah, yellow card out. Kolianitis is going to carry yellow. I am getting concerned that this game is
it getting away from them?
Too physical. And I think the Tars, after the initial energy burst, are now angry about the red and are trying to take things into your own hands. I refereed at this level, and it was always
number 9,
this is how you get that back. You get control back. You issue those cards, and you say, you let me referee. I think the worst incident I have was a player got fouled. They called the foul. The player thought it should have been a yellow, and then she took it on herself to go hack that opponent down. I had to send her off. So, right decision here from the Rollins coach to sub out Kolianitis after the yellow. Just needs a little bit of a breather, needs to get his head back, and he needs to have a word to him and say, look, we're already down a man. The last thing we need is our star player to see red. And
it's Michael Landau on the field, and I agree. I think it's a substitution you have to make, especially when emotions maybe kick in following the ensuing possession.
Keith Buckley, very experienced, 29th season at Rollins. He's also the assistant AD there. Dr. Keith Buckley, I should say. Should give him his proper respect. He's worked hard to get that title. But he's in the Rollins Hall of Fame. He played for Rollins. He's a passionate man for his team, but he never crosses that line. And he was also the competition director at the 1994 World Cup and for the 96 Olympics, which were for the games that were here in Florida over at the Citrus Bowl. So it'll be interesting to see if he picks up that role again in what are we at? 8 years out? 6 years out? From the 7 years out, 2026. 2026 World Cup. We'll no doubt see some games in Florida. I don't think we're going to see any in Tampa, but I'm sure Orlando and Miami will be in contention.
That'll be here before you know it. It'll be very exciting. Spartans marching down the field.
Yeah, slowing the game down, not the right option. I think right now you want to really take the game to the Tars. But just slowing it down a little. I believe that was Tully over there on the far side. Yeah, he knew immediately, did Minetti, that was a foul straight away. As soon as the player went to ground, he instantly knew that was a
automatic whistle. Yes,
ran away.
Certainly a foul.
Common play.
Now both sides with 5. Let's recap. Danny Senior, with the red card, has exited the game and drastically changed the momentum. 17.5 to go in the opening half. 0-0. Spartans possess Schultz-Geistewohl to Nichols. Give and go with Smith. That one booted by Morales. Sky high.
Yeah, now with the man advantage, there's not, like, I liked the Spartans play it long to use the speed, but now with the man advantage, they're going to be stretched, the Tars, and so I'd like to see them playing it on the ground like they're doing now. Nice give and go there between Becker and Manetti. But just that final ball. We've said it about these Tampa teams, like sometimes that final ball can go a little stray, both the men's team and the women's team. But they do often get it done. It just sometimes takes some time.
Spartans operating. It's Becker for Constantine. Working the tightrope for the Tars. So keeping it in play.
If you're in the stadium and somehow listening to the commentary, there you go. The trivia was how many national championships have the Tampa Spartans won? They have 3 stars on their jersey. Each one signifies a national championship. 3 national championships. Which is a nice tradition borrowed from European football. My beloved Rangers wear 5 stars because they've won 50 championships. So a star for each. Well, they've won a little more than 50 now, but a star for every 10. So they have 5 stars on their jersey. I believe we're up to 55 now.
Talk about a dynasty, and Spartans with 3, very impressive.
Yeah, a lot more competition to win a college championship than to win the Scottish championship, where it's often just a 2-horse race. And of course MLS, they all wear stars for their, although they've changed that rule now. Now you just wear 1 star.
Fancy footwork and launching over the net was Smith.
Yeah, Smith's been really impressive all half, really working hard. About half an hour in.
Here comes Becker. He is getting taken off the field, as is Christian Adams for the Tars. Kolonitis back on.
D4 or D5? That's correct. Your Spartans have won 3 Division II national championships. Congratulations, Allison. You've won a prize courtesy of Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, just a little physical on that header. Not much in it, so no need to go to the cards, but definitely physical, which sees the foul issue. And the right spirit there. The players high five just to, make up for it. Nothing in it. Those are just those headers you go for. You're a little too physical, you get the player in the back, they go to ground. It's a foul, but no need for a yellow. I think as this game stays tight, we might see those emotions come back, and the physicality come back. It's Travis Foster on for the Spartans.
Line drive shot by Michael Landau.
Substitution.
Saved
in for Rollins, number 21,
by
Magnus Hogue.
Richards.
Replaces number 20, Yari
His first
Polm.
of the game.
In for Tampa is number 14,
Yari
Amgat
Polm.
Salah. He replaces number 7, Julius
Replaced by Magnus Hogue.
We got bad news for you from Louisville if you're a Rowdies fan. 2 quick goals to Rasmussen. 23rd minute, 24th minute. Sees Louisville City 2-0 up. Big chance there. And you feel like with the man disadvantage, the Tars are really going to have to take advantage of the set pieces when they come. That was a good opportunity. Both Spartans have an extra man, so they can defend in numbers a little easier than the Tars can. And of course the Tars have to be careful they don't commit too many forward and open up the space. So it's going to be delicate balance.
Correction, into the game was number 15, Travis Foster for
It'll be a
Tampa.
delicate balance for Dr. Keith Buckley, but he's definitely capable. He's experienced enough. I'm sure he's been in this situation plenty of times. You don't go through 29 seasons without seeing your players get sent off. So he knows how to handle it, and he'll get through it.
Was just going to ask. It seems like the Tars not content going in 0-0. They are in full attack mode right now.
Yeah, I think if you're the Tars, you want to try and get a goal now. As the match wears on, it's going to get harder and harder and harder when you're a man down to take advantage. And so you've got to go for it while you're fresh now. Right decision there from Obermeyer to not come off his line. He had defenders there, he trusted them, and they got the job done. Great work there from Tampa, just as a whole team defending really well.
Roger Smith.
Yeah, Smith now switching to the right wing on this one. But he
Constantine
is left-footed, so it makes it a little trickier.
Comes Ezric Nichols. Tripped up. Stays with it. Now motoring down the middle. And a whistle indeed.
Yeah, yellow card out again. It's going to be Daniel Field picking up a yellow. He has one of the shots for the Tars.
The yellow card has been assessed to number 5, Daniel Field for Rollins.
That is his third yellow of the season.
Chris, right now, 11:43, 0-0. If you're Adrian Bush, what do you draw up here?
Yeah, it's in shooting range, so I think you've got to go ahead and take this shot, really. I don't think there's going to be any merit unless you play a short ball across the face to open up some space. But I don't think there's going to be any merit in playing it up for a header. I think you either drill it from the free kick or you play it out here. I think we have...
Looks
can't
like
quite tell who it is, yeah.
Omar Tale getting
and then
ready.
Morales sitting out here, so I wouldn't be surprised if the ball's played square for Morales to run into. It's an ominous setup.
Could see that very well. Does Tale get the green light, or do they send Morales in motion? A lot of options here.
Yeah, I think just the way they're setting up and they're putting extra players in that wall, I have a hunch they're going to go direct, but we'll see here.
Big
Which is
shot
probably
there.
the wrong decision in the end, but just couldn't get it up over the wall. Yeah, right decision there. Just a little too physical from Constantine. Gets the foul. So that's 2 yellows now on Rollins. That's going to be tricky to manage. You have to manage that for the rest of the game. And there's still, well over half game to go. You've got almost an hour where you have to manage 2 players on yellows. You're already a man down. The last thing you want is to go 2 down. 2 down's a very big difference to having 1 player off the field. 10's pretty manageable. You can cover that. You just take somebody out of the front line. 9, yeah, it's harder to take 2 players out of the front line. Yeah, foul there. Earnest attempt for the ball, but went over the ball, clipped the player. Foul, free kick for Tars, and this is a chance. You have to take these chances when you're a man down. And we're seeing the game starting to get away from them statistically a little bit, 6 shots to 2. But the Tampa Spartans just not making enough of the chances they've had. They've had 6 shots, but it's 1 on target to 1. It's just not enough for me.
Expecting the Tars to take a chance. That they do. And misfired left from Logan Lasky. Jake Richards with 10 minutes to go in the opening half. As the Tar will replace William Centeno.
Bring it to the game, number 18, Matthew Cavanaugh.
It's Matthew Cavanaugh.
Number 4, William Centeno.
Cavanaugh on his 7th game of the season. Played his junior season. He played his freshman season at CSU Bakersfield. Play Centeno, who I thought had been playing well so far. He, of course, played for Orlando City's Academy. That's a highlight reel save there from Obermeyer.
Fundamental goaltending that time. Cannot draw it up any better. It made it look easy, just gliding to his right. Routine play by the German.
Yeah, maybe didn't need to, but you can never tell. Sometimes they can look like they're going wide from here, but they're going in. So just get the job done. Good fundamentals, like you said. In the final 10 minutes of the half here, still scoreless. I'm actually crediting the last shot from Tampa as off the post, which seems a misprint. So Spartans just trying to get position back. The Spartans can be a lot more patient, I think, than Rollins. Rollins really would want to get a goal before the half or early in the second, because the end of that second half is going to be really tricky for a team a player down. And if it goes to extra time, it's going to be even harder. That's it. College soccer, you get, an interchange instead of 3 subs, so you can be a little more creative, but they're going to have to use a great through ball here. Good opportunity. Keepers in 2 months. Great work from Obermeyer. Great save. Really
Incredible.
Great work. Came off his line quickly to deny Mike Sheshel.
It's a highlight reel. 1-on-1 defensive save about 10 feet from the net. He had to come out and make that play.
Yeah, I mean, he had no choice. With breaking the offside trap, you're the only hope for the team, but he did the right thing. He stayed big, didn't go down and risk getting chipped, and just made the save. Experience beyond his years. That is his 2nd save of the night, which brings him to 40 saves on the season. That's going to be a pretty vital save. That could be a vital save in the context of the whole season, honestly. So the ball went straight back out, so throwing for Tampa. On the far side. Great communication there at the back too. It's so vital that goalkeepers and defenders have that communication, that they trust each other, and you can see the trust here in the back line. A little disappointing to hear a homophobic chant from the home fans. Hopefully that'll be taken care of. Yeah, just a little late. Just went over the ball, caught him. And so a yellow card issued there for Minetti. He'd been pushing that line all match, so.
Comes at the 6:09 mark. The Tampa Spartans have taken 8 shots. Round Tars 2. Both have 1 on net. And Obermeyer and Richards both with 1 save. Spartans have committed 7 fouls. The Tars 6. Both have been offsides once. And Tampa out shooting the Tars by 6. But credit the Tar defense. They have stood tall to the task thus far. And they have a long way to go, obviously. Down a man, but hanging in there.
Yeah, a red card 23 minutes into a game is always going to be hard to defend, but they're doing well so far. Almost halfway home. That's Minetti's 2nd yellow of the season. The Swede
dangerous ball. And the Spartans score. How about that? The costly turnover by Obermeyer seemingly just gave it away in the middle of the field, and the Spartans cash in. 5:34, 1-0 Tampa.
Yeah, unfortunate deflection too, I think, there. That just took it away from him. He could have made the save. You could see him having some words to his defense, but that's probably the worst possible time for the Tars, because now they're going to have to play. A man down, going to have to spend the next 50 minutes playing this out and going for it. So Travis Foster, credit with the goal there.
Unassisted off the bench. Mr. Foster, have yourself a day. The sophomore from Tampa.
2nd goal of the season for him. His 3rd goal of his career. He is capable. He scored 21 goals in his senior high school season, so he knows what he's doing.
And a fortunate deflection, but the Spartans continued to press it on with their 9 shots. It almost seemed like one of them was bound to pay off. Rollins motoring down the field quickly, and Tampa draws a whistle.
I think the last thing you want from a Rollins perspective is players blowing up after a foul and risking turning just an innocuous foul into a yellow card. But I do fear for Rollins if it stays like this, 1-0. The longer it's 1-0, there's going to be emotion, there's going to be frustration, and that may get the better of some players. And, you know, even if you do lose this game, the last thing you want is players suspended for your next one. So that's something that that I think will be addressed at half-time by Coach Buckley. Is Tampa getting maybe a tad complacent after the goal? You know, thinking, okay, well, we got the goal. There's 4 minutes to play. Job done. So you've got to be careful here. This will be a good opportunity for Rollins to get back on level terms. Yeah, foul there. Just a little quick, a little late.
And as you stated, the Spartans need to be in attack mode here. Want to get that insurance goal as Richards in between, backpedaling. Oh, my.
Yeah, good work from Richards to get back.
He was caught in no man's land, but got back in just the nick of time and showing off his athleticism there to make the catch on the run over the shoulder.
That was Croft who gave away the foul that led to the opportunity.
Michael Landau with the shot, his second of the game, third as a team for Rollins.
Yeah, Landau's been a big part of the Rollins side this year. Played for UCF his first 2 seasons. Over in Orlando. Bad turnover. A turnover was over the first goal. He's gone the wrong way. Oh, if he found Smith there on the left, that was nailed on 2-0. Instead, I think it was a missed kick. I don't think that he meant to do that, but the ball got away from him.
He hesitated ever so slightly, and that's when the two Tars converged and made a play.
But yeah, should have gone left to Smith and got the 2-0, and 2-0. This game looks very different. Just couldn't get enough on that. Good Sechel. That's definitely going to be a Rollins throw, despite the best efforts of Foster to try and sell that it was his throw.
That one skied middle of the field. Smith fighting for it.
Those balls can be hard. You lose them in the lights, especially now it's dark here. 7 p.m. kickoff, it gets darker.
2-minute drill as Obermeyer has it. Injured Spartan on the field.
Yeah, you're going to stop the clock. He's down holding his head, so you don't want to risk that. I think just as he fell, hit his head on the pitch. And so those ones, you don't want to take those risks. And NCAA, of course, has the concussion protocol, so we're going to follow that now with 1:49 to play.
Get a quick word from AT&T.
Amazing new iPhone 8 is at AT&T, and we know you'll love it.
Because we know you want more.
More great camera features and more power.
And more than just unlimited data, we give you unlimited plans with HBO included for life.
Because you deserve more entertainment. And more spokespeople.
Talking like this, saying the word more.
AT&T.
It's time for more. Am I too close? I feel like I'm too close.
Get the iPhone 8, and with all AT&T unlimited plans, get HBO for life.
Welcome back to Pepin Stadium. Spartans leading the Tars 1-0. Chris Hockman, Connor Moore. Thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Injured Spartan Omar Tali being helped off the field.
And I'll just leave him off. No point bringing him back for 2 minutes. He'll go through that concussion check, make sure he's good, and hopefully he'll be back on for the second half. But a little bit of an extended break for him. But it's the right thing to do to call this from the referee. He went down, he grabbed his head, so you always want to...
Into the game for Tampa is number 14, Amgad Salah, replacing number 10, Omar Tali.
So Amgad Salah comes in for Tali. So his 11th appearance, 2 goals and 1 assist this year. From Debrecen in Hungary. Hoofed up the field there. I think Rollins may be just looking to get into half-time at this point, but I'd like to see him push a little bit. Hopefully they'll come out firing to start the second half, because they're going to need to. They're 1-0 down. You've got to go for it and get that equalizer, and maybe you can take his extra time.
There's 1 minute remaining in the first half.
So we hit the final minute of the first half. Been a fairly dominant, if not clinical, performance from the Spartans so far. But they do have the lead, 1-0.
One final push, 44 seconds left. Constantine navigating, finding Salah. Loops one, intercepted by the Tars.
You can see the Tampa players swarm on the player with the ball. When you have that man advantage, you can take the risk of leaving someone open because you know you've got one extra man cover. You could hear that slap on his chest from here.
Manetti crushes one off Landau. Quick throw from Salah, was looking for Foster. And the clock dwindling down.
Landau's done well, made a good cameo here in the first half.
6, 5,
will be hoping that
4,
continues.
3.
And that'll take us into the first half. Go to intermission, 1-0 Spartans. Second half will kick off in approximately 15 minutes. Stay right with us on TampaSpartans.tv.
University of Tampa 1, Rollins College 0.
Welcome back to Pepin Stadium. The Spartans and Tars ready to kick things off in the second half. Spartans ahead 1-0 on the Travis Foster goal and 2 saves from Jake Richards. Let's recap. Red card was issued to Danny Sr., so the Tars will be playing man down here in the second half. Chris Hockman, Connor Moore, thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Rollins really got to get started here brightly. Unfortunately, that's not the start they were looking for, sending it straight out of play. But really, really have to start early and get moving and get going. Bit of a surprising decision. No, they're not going with Kolianitis, the man up front, to start this second half. Lasky, Byland, Santero, Fields, Figuera, Nagy, Adamako, Adams, Hovede, Landau, and Obermeyer. We were saying at the end of the first half that we were impressed with Landau's performance in the closing stages of the first half. A nice cameo, so rewarded for that. Starts the second half. And then for Tampa, starting the second half, Morales, Constantine, Becker, Sheshel, Smith, Foster, Nichols, and Richards. Still some more names coming on that list, though, because that's only 8. Great opportunity there for the Spartans, just couldn't get the ball out from his feet. Appeals from the crowd for a penalty, but it was the exact same call in the first half that wasn't given against the Spartans, so you could hardly turn around in the second half and give it against Rollins, since you didn't do it the other way in the first half.
Over in Winter Park, 2-1 Tars over the Spartans women's soccer.
And they've got the full lineup for the Spartans for second half. Got 11 on there now, so it's Morales, Constantine, Becker, Sheshel, Smith, Foster, Manetti, Croft, Nichols, Schulze, Geistoval, and Richards in goal. Yeah, Rollins pressing early. They know they have to. With just 10 men on the field, so they're going to have to press early. Just a little too physical there. I think something we talked about at halftime was we expect the physicality of this match to ramp up a bit, especially if it stays 1-0. I think Rollins are going to be left with no choice but to go for it. So we shall see.
That's all the Tars can hope to do. Keep it 1-0, maybe get a breakaway here or there, try to tie it 1-1. But playing from behind will not be easy. And like you stated, Spartans, keep your foot on the gas pedal. You need to make a stop defensively.
Yeah, perhaps a little acrobatic going to the ground there from Rollins. I think he knew he wasn't going to get the ball, so playing for the foul, which also wasn't going to get. He's called a foul, much to the chagrin of Donamic Adamaka. Sorry, Adamako, I should say. So relieving opportunity for the Spartans. But yeah, you do think Rollins got to score early here. The longer this goes on 1-0, the more likely it is that the Spartans are going to win. And the more likely it is that emotions and tensions are going to boil over. So we're going to see here Rollins now trying to press high, force the turnover. They can't sit back and just let the Spartans pass it around the back, because that's just going to, Spartans can wind down the clock. They don't care. They got the 1-0 lead.
And the clock, clock's not a factor as of yet, but soon enough it will be. So, matter of keeping in proportion for the Tars, making the right play, and that's not going to help gambling like that. Spartans threatening, and razzle-dazzle.
There's no one on the back stick there. Really needed someone on the far post to make that happen.
Great idea.
All really started from a poor ball from Anton Byland, this freshman from Sweden. Just playing a soft ball back to Obermeyer, which kind of forced him into making a rushed decision. So frustrating there from Byland, from Kvisby, Switzerland. Sorry, Sweden. Good defense there from Rollins, just keeping it, breaking up the flow from the Spartans. Then if the Spartans can get things moving quickly, it's going to be really hard to stop them when you're a man down. A lot of contested ball there right on the sideline. Rollins coming away with it. Can they use their speed here? They got an opportunity. Sent the wrong way for me. I think he should have gone right here, but it may end up coming out here. Good opportunity on the left. Players in the box, but he just cannot get the ball out from that heavy marking there from Omar Tali. Chested down, goes for the acrobatics. But it's just a little high and just a little wide.
Would have been spectacular. And heck of a shot just to get it off because he was contested. And that was the play he had to make if he was going to get a shot off. Just sailed it high.
Yeah, showing his class. He was part of the youth team at Crystal Palace, the London native. So presumably his boyhood team, given Crystal Palace is out that way. Well, bad ball, but in the end, just quick thinking at least stops it becoming something real bad.
.50-50 ball at midfield.
World Series update. Washington Nationals get away with it. Bases loaded, and the Astros play into a double play, so it's 2-0 in the middle of the first. World Series. Astros still pick up 2 runs, but could have been 6. So it could have been a lot worse, but a double play from Chirinos.
37-40 here, and for the Tars, it will be an uphill battle. They're playing from a man down and from behind, 1-0. That one's floated.
Yeah, the big thing for them is not just having possession, but making sure they have it in this final third like we see here, because then you can force a foul, maybe in a corner. Set pieces are going to be absolutely vital for the Tars.
Moving it across midfield.
He's just going to run out of play.
Spartans,
well, they don't look out of it. Early in this first half. Early in the second half. Rollins looking in the game, despite being a man down and a goal down. So lots of work to do. So Rollins now getting some players forward. They've got to get this done. They're going to have to get a goal, you'd say, in the first 15-20 minutes.
Mark's first-class coach is the official chariot of the Spartans and offers single-day and multi-day trips throughout Florida, the continental U.S.
But they're keeping possession. They're keeping hold of the ball. That's going to be vital for Rollins as they go forward. They really need to keep possession. Can't score if you don't have the ball.
And the Spartans doing what they need to, and that's operating the clock, keeping it in Tar territory, and mixing and matching, and they do just that. Ezric Nichols ahead to Smith. Roger Smith.
It's ever so slightly behind there from Schultze Geistoven, which forces the Spartans back, but they got the lead and the extra man, so they can take as long as they want. But if I'm the Spartans, I try and pump up the speed and really make Rollins run. Even if you risk conceding, with a man down, they're going to get exhausted quicker. And so it's going to be a lot of work. We've already seen Rollins going to their bench a lot more than Tampa. You know, we have 5 players off the bench for Rollins compared to 3 for the Spartans. Good ball out wide there. Does well to stay with it. He's forced to the ground, but he does well. He keeps possession. And the Spartans just going to pin Tars back in their own half. Even with losing possession, if you keep them pinned back there, it's going to be hard. Wrong call for me. I would have sent that right. You have got a man making that run right. You can cross the ball into the box. They had the numbers there. It was a good opportunity. And that Rowdies game was 2-0 at half time, so looking good for the Rowdies in the quarterfinals. It's hard to make it up in Louisville, especially with the pitch they have there. Thankfully, their difficult baseball field pitch where it's a little uneven at times. That will be a thing of the past in 2020s. Louisville City FC moves into a new stadium in Louisville, but it's going to be hard for the Rowdies from there, although apparently the rain is pouring and the pitch is becoming difficult, so they may have to suspend play, but we'll see. It is a playoff game, so you really don't want to have to suspend play if you can.
That's for sure. And
it's got to be a playable pitch, and Louisville's a difficult pitch when it's perfectly dry, so when it's pouring rain for the whole 2 hours, it's going to be difficult.
Rowdies have their work cut out for them, as do the Tars, but they'll temporarily have it. Free kick. .33.5 minutes to go in regulation. Spartan getting ready to check in. It'll come next dead ball. On its way, curling. Headed, and oh, what a save by Richards.
Vital.
Talk about being in the right place at the right time. He saved it with his kneecap. Another shot. And how about the life from the Tars in a matter of seconds, giving the Spartans everything they can handle.
Has a charmed life right there for the Spartans' goal. Very, very lucky to not concede on that one. We credit it as a save, but I don't think he knew much about that one that came off the knee, like you said. And no, we talked about it, that Rollins have to take advantage of set pieces, and they very nearly did there.
Replacing number 7, Julius Becker.
So Salah back on the field for Julius Becker.
Dominic Adomaka had the first shot that was oh so close to tying this game up, and the ensuing shot was taken by Centeno on the pass from Tyler Nagy.
Yeah, that may be the best look, so you're going to be disappointed that you don't score that one, but a good opportunity. Of course, Adomako, 3 goals on the season. He has a game winner, so he can score those vital goals.
Spartans looking for the insurance. One hop, Obermeyer standing tall.
Nagy more often. Oh, what a ball. Doesn't get the support, but phenomenal stuff there from Hovde, the Norwegian. Just didn't get the support, decided to do it on his own. Almost paid off.
A Sunshine State showdown between Tampa and Rollins has not disappointed, and a late whistle.
This might be a yellow. He's come from behind. He's just hacked him down, and yep, it will be a yellow card there. He's got the yellow out of his pocket, so he's definitely going to issue it. And he's having a word to the captain as well, so that will be a yellow card to Centeno. That will be his 5th of the season, so he will be suspended for their next match.
And he knows it. Hunched over. His teammates trying to lift him up, but as you stated, that's a big card right there for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, I mean, another yellow card. It's getting hard to, you got to make sure you don't lose another man. But importantly for Rollins, they're now going to be 2 players down next week. And so Centeno's out, Senior's out. They're both going to be suspended next week. Centeno because he picks up his 5th yellow card of the season, and Senior for the straight red. In the first half, if you missed it, contact to the face. Fairly simple decision for the referee, although not without its drama. It's created the situation. And Tampa, 1 goal up, a good opportunity here to go 2-0 up. A worm burner on the ground there. Hit powerfully, but easy enough for Obermeyer to make the save. That is his 4th save of the match. Get a sense there's going to be a lot more of those coming.
Indeed, and Obermeyer knows that he's got to make these types of plays. Being a man down, there's going to be a lot of action, and he's going to have to do his part that he has.
Yeah, it really is all on him now. He's going to be a star, and if they can get away with the draw here, he'll be... Yeah, more real dramatic stuff there from Hovde. Norwegian from Oslo. Shout out to my friend Andre, who is currently in Stavanger in Norway, who I'm sure is not watching this, but
Nobody home for the Tars.
Yeah, you got to take those chances. And now they may have slightly overcommitted. Good opportunity here for the Spartans. But that is a cynical challenge. It's got to be a yellow, surely. Yep, breaks up the flow. Another yellow. That's Hovde.
Tempers flaring.
The yellow. That's his 3rd of the season.
The yellow card has been issued to number 21.
And you called it before it happened. The Tars were out of position defensively, and
yeah, it's the right call to make the foul and take the yellow, because it's almost certainly going to be a goal with that running play. So Hovde shows his professionalism. Takes the yellow card. That's 4 now. 4 Rollins, 1 for the Spartans. That 1 for the Spartans is with Manitti. Mostly for accumulation, I think, for Manitti. He'd had a couple of talkings to by the referee. But it is going to be game management now for Dr. Buckley on the Rollins bench. Is going to be hard. You can see there the effort from Nagy to avoid accidentally clipping the player. I don't think it would have been a yellow, but with so many players on yellows, they're just anxious about taking the risk.
Spartans thread the needle, working the tightrope in that right corner.
They tried hard to flick it back and earn a corner, but it just didn't come off.
Cleared to midfield.
And with no one there for the Tars, it's just easy for the Spartans to clean up, and this is where that man advantage is coming. Good opportunity for a shot! Set a little too high, just got under the ball there, but a decent effort. Space was there, good opportunity to take the shot.
Showing off the leg that time.
Yeah. Substitutions.
Schultze Geiskoven taking the chance.
Number 20, Yari Polm.
But quite high, got a little under the ball.
Also in the game for Rollins is number 9, Georgios Kolonadis.
Showing perhaps the German why he plays at the other end of the path.
Number 19,
but when you're a defender and you get that kind of space, you gotta go for it.
So Jan Walker for Adrian Constantine, as well as Yari Polm for Tyler Nagy, and we also see Georgios Kolonidis back on the field.
Yeah, Kolonidis could be crucial, and a foul, so it gives Rollins an opportunity to go for it here. Get some men forward.
Approaching 28 minutes left in play.
I like the calmness there from Obermeyer, just to sit on it and send it forward. Just take his time, build it up. Yeah. Polm and Kolonidis on for Rollins and Walker on for Tampa. So seeing his first action today is Jan Walker from Bettlach, Switzerland. Played for Young Boys Bern in Switzerland, the second biggest club in the country. I may be biased when I say that because I'm a Basel fan, but definitely a big club to be involved with. So now a good opportunity here for Rollins. You can see them pushing more forward. They have to. With 27 minutes to go, a man down. You got to put players forward now. But there's just no support for those players. You know, they get forward, they get stuck in that corner, and there's no one in the box to play it to, which makes it almost impossible for Rollins to get it away. Defense has let the ball bounce. Always a worry for me. In the end, Obermeyer comes to the rescue for his team.
Crowd on the edge of their seat. I mean, the Tars are not going away.
Yeah, it's easy when you're a man down and a goal down to just give up through ball, but it's just way too heavy. He looks at his teammate urging him on, but
Richard slows it down.
Yeah, maybe a little early to be slowing it down, but, you know, it's the only way you can do it where you don't risk a yellow card. So you may as well slow it down like that, make them make you pick it up. It also means you get a player out of position, so it makes it easier to play the ball out, which is definitely a helpful part of that.
Ezric Nichols crossing up defenders.
Yeah, and the defender he crossed up there was Hovde. Has the yellow card, so he can't be too physical with the marking. I think that may go out the window as this stays 1-0. They might just say, you know what, be physical. If you get a second yellow, you get a second yellow. But the amount of yellows are going to be a problem for Rollins because defenders can't be physical. They can't take a risk there. Like Hovde, hands in the back. Big risk from Hovde on a yellow. A foul given there against Centeno, also on a yellow. Not that there was anything in that would have been yellow worthy, but just highlights that both players involved in that.
And they have to be careful. They do, and the Spartans know that, so give them a lot of credit for being aggressive and forcing them to make a play.
Yeah, they're going to keep going down the left because you have both Hovde and Centeno down there.
Soaring to make the save.
Yeah, good take
Maximilian Obermeyer.
From Obermeyer. The Bees.
A lot of black shirts in the vicinity. Salah.
Yeah, good work from Salah. To be able to keep that possession. Doing well with his footwork, taken after his namesake, Mo Salah. Legendary Egyptian. Will probably go down as one of the greatest Egyptian players of all time. They've had a few good ones. But now, good opportunity for Rollins. Good spell of possession, but they need players in the box. They need support, and they're just not getting it. Slowing down the game is not ideal for Rollins. And good work there.
Head on a swivel defense. Yes, the Spartans. Almost more so the Spartans' transition defense. Just a little bit more alert that time than the Tars' motion.
Yeah, I mean, you might be a goal up and a man up, but you still have to be alert.
Number 14, Dominic Adamaco. Into the game for Tampa is number 12, Josh McGrath, replacing number 15, Travis Foster.
So McGrath comes on. Seeing his first minutes in this game.
Some fresh legs for the Spartans.
So
gives
McGrath's
the
11th game of the season.
Lone goal scorer Foster a breather. And an immediate turnover by Rollins.
Yeah, just a little too physical with the hands there. You can't use your hands in football. That's why it's called football.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this
and it's right in front of the official, too. I mean,
but McGrath,
either as the current
out of Haywards Heath, England, came second in the Youth FA Cup, which is a bad slip there. Almost lets Rollins in.
Let's give a round of applause to all these individuals who are able to be here today. Hold up your versus cancer placards.
And Daniel Field had to work hard to cover that so that Obermeyer could get the ball.
Let's also give a round of applause to our versus cancer teams. Cancer will not forfeit.
Almost a bad slip up there, but good opportunity for Rollins.
Join us now in the fight versus cancer.
And so ball sent forward. Just doesn't get over the defense. That was a good opportunity for Rollins, but still straight and offside. Yep, came back from an offside position, did Sheshel. And so lets Rollins off the hook. Despite his protestations, he knew he was off. He came back from the offside position. Easy call for the linesman. You see Rollins getting a little more confident.
They've had glimpses where they've gotten chances and found the opportunities navigating their way downfield, but the Spartans' defense for the majority of this game has been dynamic.
Yeah, and this is the way that Rollins is going to have to play. You see the switch there from right to left. And now a corner earned. This is a big opportunity for Rollins. They got 21 and a half minutes left.
Just their second corner of the game.
Yeah, they got to take advantage. They got to get this one and really do something with it, get a goal off of it. Because as time goes on, it's going to get harder and harder and harder for Rollins to get back in this. So they have to, you feel, score with this one. Got a lot of plays forward, only 2 men back for Rollins, offering a lot of options, a lot of movement in the box there, but well dealt with defensively by the Spartans. But another opportunity coming back. Ovday making a run to the left. Cuts him up well.
Landau
continuing his good work from the first half. Martinez on the ball now. Swings it in, good opportunity, but a great header clear. Tampa just trying to take too many touches for me to get that ball clear. Lack of communication from Rollins almost catches them out. Good header from Hovde. Moves the ball forward. Martinez again on the right. Plays it for Hovde. Those two linking up well here. Good opportunity with Martinez right. Sees him. Landau. Good ball in from Martinez, but no one there for him. Acrobatic attempt to try and gain possession. In the end, it's kept. Good turn. And a shot. Great work. Good goalkeeping. Gets his whole body forward. Pushes out. Gets the ball. Not just makes the save, but gets the ball well clear, which is vital as a goalkeeper. And the shot is poor. Perhaps unnecessary. There was men out wide for that. But good work there.
Outstanding play by Richards, because it was a laser. He did not have much time to react.
Their 5th save of the match.
As some rain becomes to fall.
Yeah, rain falling.
And we're now joined up here by the majority of the fans.
Got a lot of fans coming up here. Not big rain, but you can see it. You might not be able to see it on the screen, but we can see it coming through the lights. Just a bit of a mist, but it does look like it might be sticking around. But this is Tampa, so this could be 5 minutes. So, you know.
If this game could not get any more unpredictable.
Yeah, the rain, honestly, is probably going to help Rollins, because now there's a chance that Tampa will slip up. So we'll see. It does make the field slicker, although the drainage on this field is pretty amazing. We saw last week that just a massive storm came through about an hour before kickoff last week, and it was perfect to play on.
See, a few fans came prepared, sporting the umbrellas.
Yeah, you live in Tampa long enough. I carry an umbrella everywhere, honestly. So now good opportunity if they could see the run right. Saw it, but good defense there. I believe that was Martinez on the far left. A little out of position. It's going to be hard for Rollins now. Last 20 minutes. It's going to take a lot to get back and get this even. Now the rain falling makes that a little trickier. Set piece, but they go backwards on it. Not what I would have done in this situation. Collected a little late. Referee doesn't see it. So good opportunity here. Ovday on the ball. Plays it through the middle. Got through there. Great pass for Ovday. He's been showing it through this whole second half.
Lateral quickness by Walker prevails.
And this is how it's going to be probably for the rest of the match. We're going to see this end-to-end stuff. Decent attempt there from the Rollins defense, but it's kept alive.
Locking and loading. Spartans with a good cross, and cleared out of there by the Tars.
Yeah, matched by the good defense there. Good clearance away.
The game is number 18,
Relieves the pressure, but it doesn't do much for Rollins. You know, they're a goal down, they're a man down. They have to find
also
something.
The game is number 7.
And I don't know if they're going to like the pace of the game that Tampa have brought up.
Replacing number 24, Michael Landau.
But now Rollins, chance to get it forward, just played beyond. That was could hear that hit from here. That was not pleasant. Opportunity now. Tampa aren't sitting back though. You could forgive them for sitting back, but they're still going for it. They want a second goal. You feel a second would wrap this up.
Indeed, with that insurance, that would go a great way for the Spartans. Oh, the look was there.
Yeah, decent one touch there from Stanley. We just couldn't get the support. Just played beyond. Wasn't on the same page. The ideas are there from Rollins. You know, a good ball trying to find...
It's been the execution.
Yeah, trying to find Figueira. He was running forward to get on the end of it, but he just couldn't find it. And Figueira is definitely capable. Scored 2 goals this year. On 11 appearances, he's a good impact player off the bench, but he just gets his move wrong there. Tries to move towards goal when he should have moved towards the ball. So a missed opportunity there for Rollins. Going to let that ball go out, get a throw, start again. You can see the urgency creeping into the game for Rollins now, and then a missed touch. There, bit of a mistake there from off day.
Benefits the Spartans as Ezric Nichols floats one on over to Schultz Guy's table. With it, Tim Kraft. Give and go action. See what the Spartans can do.
Yeah, nice one-touch stuff here. Good work from Nichols. But in the end, it's turned over. Spartans just throwing themselves at the ball. That's what you got to do sometimes, keep possession. It's going to be hard for Rollins. You know, if you don't have the ball, you can't score. Tampa don't need to press at this point.
Tampa continuing to milk the clock. We're under 15 and a half to go.
A good effort here from Tampa, though. Not completely letting off, but I think we'll see them let off just a little more as the game goes on. Croft sent out wide now. Good opportunity for the Spartans to build something here. Good
ankle
run,
breaker.
Just a little hard. Appeal for a penalty, no chance. Absolutely no chance. Player's allowed to stand his ground and play for the ball. Nothing going on there. No penalty. We're in the final 15 minutes. Second goal for the Spartans would kill this off. Rollins have got to start taking more risks. Nice attempted chip and a mistake.
Jake Richards showing off the wingspan.
Yeah, Richards does well. His long arms helping him out there. Makes his 5th save of the match. Maybe going wide, but you don't know that. You've got to make that save. Did well not just to make the save, but hold on to it. Could be a foul there. A little surprised
Spartans
that wasn't
motoring.
blown up.
Lazy pass that time. Keeping it in play.
Just a lot of hands going on there, but didn't stop him at all. And so a corner for Tampa. Some good work there from Stanley. Did well with arms all over him to stay in possession, keep running, and earn the corner, which is more advantageous than the free kick would have been. So
Be the 3rd corner of the game for UT. Stanley will line it up.
a good opportunity here to get that second goal that, yeah, with 13:40 on the clock, that's going to wrap this up, you'd imagine.
Here comes the southpaw. Looking back door.
Yeah, odd choice to send it far post when no one is there. It's just not what you want to do.
Stanley has a second. And a look just high.
Yeah, beautiful first touch, created the opportunity, allows him to turn, sends it over the bar.
It's time for our Spartan word scramble.
Fighter!
We will have 30 seconds to unscramble the word spelled on the video board.
So 13 minutes to go. Time running out for Rollins. Mike Sheshel sends it over the bar. But good first touch from Sheshel. They created the opportunity, but now we're going to see Rollins, I think, take more risks and go for it a little more. So the rain gets heavier again. Now, good opportunity here for Rollins. Got to cross it in. cleared away by the Spartans. A good opportunity gone to waste. Tampa now with an opportunity. Sheshel's forward too. Good opportunity here with 2-on-2 at this point. Just an unfortunate bounce. Oh, just off his arm. So Rollins got to go quickly here. Unfortunate. The bounce, I think, really caught him out. Does have to be intentional, but when it falls to your feet like that, you do kind of have to give those.
Getting to crunch time. 12 minutes left. Spartans clinging to a 1-0 advantage.
Yeah, much fewer players back now for Rollins. You know, they're playing more players forward. Again, just handsy. It's been happening all game. Yeah, just a player goes down. Pap's trying to milk the clock. Referee's going to force the sub. Has stopped the clock, so... That's the thing, in college soccer you can't really go down with cramp trying to milk the time because referee's just going to stop the clock and make you get up. So, got to be genuinely cramped, really, if you're going to go down, because there's no point otherwise.
Back on his feet. No need for the trainer, and you see the Tars. They're taking every second they can get, huddling up at the sideline, getting some water.
Yeah, got to make some tactical changes too there. I think Coach Buckley, experienced coach, 29th season for the school he played for. So, chance to make some tactical adjustments. I'd like to see a bit of a shift. I don't know, 4 at the back at this point in the game. There's no goal difference in college soccer, so you may as well go for it.
Spartans faithful, beginning to feel it.
Oh, bad pass there from Ovday, opens up the chance, but he makes amends for his poor pass, takes possession back. And now a chance on the counter. They're going to have to move it quickly. I'd like to see them move left.
Denied by the Tampa defense.
All ball. A little bit of afters there. Referee was watching it though, so nothing doing. I think there was a bit of both of them doing it, so you can't really call it one way or the other.
Smith slipping and sliding.
Yeah, showing the slipperiness of the pitch from the rain that we've had. Clipped. Assistant wants to call.
Somehow stays on his feet and earns a Tampa corner.
Yeah, that would have been a foul, but the corner's probably a little more advantageous. The assistant is about to throw his flag up to signal for the foul. You can see it on the far side. Referee gave him a look, sort of acknowledging that he saw it, but we're going to play on. That's what you do. There's 3 teams on the pitch. There's the home team, the away team, and the referees. And
into the game
they
for
did well
Rollins.
there. They worked well there.
Number 14, Dominic Adamako, replacing number 2, Logan Lassie. Also in the game for Rollins is number 17, Christian Adams,
Adamako back
replacing
on,
number
and
9,
Adams on
Georgios Kaliniadis.
for Rollins.
Substitutions for Tampa. Into the game is number 6.
Yeah, just
Adrian
under the ball the wrong
replacing
side.
number
Wanted
12,
to curve
Josh
it
McGrath.
into the goal. Instead
Also
curved
into the
it
game
far
for Tampa,
post instead of near
number
post.
7, Juliet Specker.
Quality look.
Number 11,
Decent
Mike
chance.
Schessel.
Curl probably wasn't needed. Could have played it flat. We're in the final 10 minutes now. Tampa still 1-0 up on Rollins.
Expecting it, but definitely want to see the Tars take a few more chances here. Send your attackers.
Yeah, I think they've switched now to a back 3, which I was talking about earlier, so perhaps Dr. Buckley's listening to the broadcast.
It's getting to be at that point in the game because the Spartans way too comfortable.
Yeah, it's just been easy for the Spartans to hold on here. There's been no real pressure. You see the Spartans now is dropping to 1 up front, a back 5 by the looks of it, which may switch to a back 4 when they're in possession. It will be a corner, I think. Yeah. It's been called a corner. Confusion. I think the assistant flagged one and the referee signaled the other. So one of those calls where you could see the referee waiting for the assistant. Didn't get the call from the assistant, so made his own call.
3rd of the game for the Tars.
Yeah, they got to convert this one. Almost everybody forward. 8 players in the box because they're down to 10. That was the chance. Needed a better first touch and easily cleared away by the Spartans. Obermeyer now acting as a sweeper. That's what he's probably going to have to do the rest of the match. Long ball sent forward. Fortunate bounce for the Tars. Got to get it across the face. Good block. Great work there from Schulze-Geistoven. Let's put that block on, and now another corner. Are they going to throw another 7 or 8 forward? They're going to have to.
Getting dicey.
Yeah, until that second goal goes in for the Spartans, you're going to feel like Rollins have a chance here. So 7 in the box, 1 outside of it. Ball set in, good header, but straight to Richards. And so it stays 1-0, well positioned. Probably 75% of goalkeeping is positioning, honestly.
The 61st save of the season for Jake Richards.
He's done well tonight. Just anywhere will do for the Spartans right now.
And he pinpoints that punt deep into Tar territory. Having to retreat quite a distance.
The throws have been better. We complained about the throws through the first half. They were better here. Nichols, though, gets possession back. We don't need to do anything too flashy. Just keep possession. There's so little time left. Make Nichols do something. Make them come to you.
Absolutely.
They're going to press higher.
I think this is where we're seeing a lot of growth in this Tampa team, as they've directed this game ever since that first goal, and of course the detrimental red card. Richards has been tested a couple times here and there, but for the most part, it's been a clean game.
And a lot of time when he has been tested, it's been right to him, and so that makes it easier. But a good opportunity here for the Spartans. Space. Again, good work from Obermeyer. Both keepers' positioning has been top-notch, and positioning is what makes you make the good saves like that.
And we had an amazing view of that. That's a goal if Anton does not make that deflection. Anton Violent that time. Just getting a piece of it that centered the shot for Obermeyer made it a lot easier, because it would have drifted right. And might have been a save, but it would have had to have been an acrobatic one, if that.
Yeah, it would have to have been at full stretch. It took it from a full stretch save. Good ball in, good opportunity here. Richards, though, does well. Comes off his line quickly. That's what you want to see in a goalkeeper. You want him to come or not come. You don't want that half, do I stay, do I go? He comes out, confidently claims the ball, and then sets up a quick counter for the Spartans. Unfortunately, it was slowed down by the offense, but good work to claim that quickly. Now a chance. They have to be quick now, do the Tars. Just over 5 minutes to go. You see the Spartans are playing with a back 5 now. So it's going to be even harder to break them down. Rollins still with 4 at the back at this point in the game. There is no midfield, basically. It's either you're up front or you're at the back at this point. But I would like to see maybe a midfield comeback. And now a big opportunity for Rollins.
My, oh my, here we go.
Crowd not happy with the call. I think he just clipped him. No intent, but just, trying to clear the ball.
Contact issued, that's all it takes.
So, little under 5 minutes to go. Big opportunity here. Looks like it is going to be Yari Pulm standing over it. He's been taking the corners. Doesn't have a goal yet, so I don't know if he's the guy I'd have take a free kick, to be honest with you. But you want someone who's going to be confident, and Yadi stepped right up to take the ball, so Pulm with a chance. He's had 9 shots. Only 2 of them have been on goal this season, so yeah, I don't know if that's the guy you have take this free kick. It's a vital situation. You probably want someone who's scored plenty, but we'll see. Maybe he'll prove me wrong. Big opportunity.
Yari Pulm.
He just can't get it shaped right. Just can't dip it under the post. He's trying to dip it into that top corner, and he just sends it wide. And it's partly because he's a corner specialist and not a free kick specialist. So, not good enough from Yadi Pulm. And like I said, he hasn't scored. He's had 2 shots on target.
Entering into the game is
You've got players on the pitch that have had shots on target in this match.
Costly miss that time, no doubt about it. Over in Winter Park, it is final. The Tars over the Spartans 2-1. Women's soccer. And this one just 4.5 minutes away. The Spartans can hang on.
Yeah, at this point, Rollins really, there's no point leaving anyone back. You've got to just send everybody forward at this point. It's a vital match in the grand scheme of things in the conference.
Have to have it if you're the Spartans at this stage.
Yeah, they're running out of time to get results that push them up, and now they're looking set for playoff place and for a good playoff place. And now Rollins now right back up amongst it, if this holds, of course. Advantage played. Across is poor, but opportunity still for Rollins. Ovday sends it into the box. Headed but straight up. Game of keepy-uppy happening here. Ovday sends it in. Which is Costa makes a punch. It's going to go to the Spartans because he's playing in on the keeper. I don't think there was much intent from the Rollins player to get the ball. I think he was just trying to get the keeper off of it, and that's why the referee's blown the whistle.
Down on
Christian
one
Adams.
knee. It is Christian Adams, and the trainer is out on the field. I believe he will have to come off.
Yeah, we'll see. It'll be, referee is signaling because it was a head injury. NCAA concussion protocol means he does have to come off, does have to get an assessment. Can come on once he passes that assessment, but does have to go off to get that assessment. It's something NCAA takes very seriously. Something I'd like to see come into the professional game, honestly.
I agree.
Much as NCAA makes it easier because you have the unlimited substitutions. And obviously, professionally, you don't have the unlimited substitutions, but I'd like to see a concussion sub rule come in professionally. That's just me on my high horse.
Keeps the game flowing, and it also protects the players as well.
I think safety is the most important thing. When we look at it from an official's perspective, you want players to be safe. And that's one easy way to do it. I know it's not ideal. I know it's different from the way we've played football, but, we used to play with Christmas tree formations, and we used to play with 7 players up front. We don't do that anymore. We used to play with no substitutions. It's very easy to change the game in a way that benefits everybody. So I'd like to see that happen. I'm grateful for NCAA for leading the way on this globally.
So the Spartans in the driver's seat. 2.5 minutes to go. Roger Smith all over Daniel Field.
Yeah, just now really 1, maybe 2 at times at the back. Let's go 1.5 at the back for Rollins. It has to be. I mean, it's just barely over 2 minutes to play. You're 1 goal down. You're a man down. You have to go for it. It's a little frustrating if you're a Spartans fan seeing how easy this has been, but a great opportunity, but it's too heavy. It's going to be easy for Obermeyer to claim and send out quickly. He has to. It's Ovday on the ball now, but it's a poor touch in the end. Well recovered.
How much do the Tars have left in the tank? Let's find out.
Yeah, you can see that exhaustion sometimes come through now. Big opportunity. The runner's there. Good block from Rollins as we're in the final 2 minutes.
It is absolutely go time for the Tars. Final push under 90 seconds across.
Appeal for a handball, but no, it was outside the box anyway for me. But it was off his hip.
Good no call.
Too many players back for Rollins. Like, if you're chasing this game, you should have more players forward. Why are there 4 players at the back when you're a goal down and a man down? And that's going to be a goal. No, a corner. Just a touch on it. Referee had a better angle of it than I did, so I'm gonna go with that.
1 minute.
For all intents and purposes, the game right here. 54
this is it.
seconds.
Keeper's coming up. Obermeyer's coming up. Why not? 51 seconds on the clock. Obermeyer's up. This is it. And it's off the back. Out of play. No, it's another corner. It was deflected. So many bodies in there, it's hard to see. So 34 seconds. Obermeyer still up, making a nuisance of himself. Obermeyer could have gotten on the ends of that. And a yellow card. Ridiculous yellow card. Completely unnecessary from Figueira. At least he didn't have one. That brings the yellow card count to 5.
Attention. The yellow card has been issued to
His
number 7.
third of the season, so not a suspension. That'll be the big challenge for Rollins recovering from this, is how many players they have suspended. They have 2 players suspended for that next match, thanks to all the cards.
So the Spartans on their way to improving to 6-6-1 and 4-4-1 in SSC play. If the score holds, the Tars fall to 4-6-2 and 3-3-2 in SSC play. Still 19 seconds.
Yeah, but you imagine this is just going to be sent right to the corner.
And that it is. Well struck by Richards.
Back, there's no time, just got to go long.
9.
That's not going to do it for Obermeyer.
Yeah, I think the wind kind of held that one up.
4.
If the Spartans just anywhere will do. Walked away, that's the win. It is over. Obermeyer just shows his skills at the end there, chesting it down. But there it is. 1-0. Tampa Spartans get the win over Rollins. Throw themselves right back in the mix for the playoffs. 1-0 win. March Williams, thanks to that red card.
Absolutely, and the goal, it came at the 39-16 mark. The Spartans victorious behind a strong performance, 6 saves, and the shutout for Jake Richards. Travis Foster off the bench. It was not a direct shot goal. It was deflected and spun around once or twice, but it eventually found the back of the net. And the Spartans improve with the win and help their case in this SSC playoff chase. They'll next be in action. They host Florida National. And then the Spartans conclude SSC play, hosting Florida Tech, and then they travel to Jackson, Tennessee to go face Union. Chris, what a performance for a full 90 minutes by Tampa.
Yeah, they got it done. Did enough. You get the result. You get the win. You got to be happy with it. Would have liked to have seen them control it a little more. It shouldn't have been that close at the end, but in the end, job done. 1-0. Take the win. Take the 3 points, as we say. And now, yeah, right back in the mix. This has really made SSC standings in the playoff chase interesting. It's going to be a fascinating finish to the season. We hope you'll join us for the rest of the season. But we look forward to seeing you next time here at Tampa Spartans.
From Pepin Stadium, Chris Hockman, Connor Moore, and everybody at the University of Tampa, Spartans 1, Tars 0. Have a great evening. We'll see you next time on TampaSpartans.tv.